Hey everyone, previously I have created few videos on some important topics of React.js. So I got some messages regarding creating a whole project on React.js. So here I am with a brand new video with an awesome fun project on React.js. So today we are going to create a replica of YouTube channel on React.js. Hey everyone, I'm Kamran and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe and like the video after watching it. So let's get started with our project. So first I'm going to create the React project using create React app. I'm going to name this as a YouTube replica. So in this app we are going to replicate the YouTube features inside our project, as well as we are going to make some minor changes or modifications in the design as well. This whole project will be divided into small videos and I'm going to upload multiple videos on this, taking it step by step how to create a project. And also I'm going to upload this video on GitHub and make a public repo for it, and I'm going to share the link with you guys as well so that you can access the project and have a look at the code by yourself. I will cover some advanced topics during this project as well, so don't miss any part of this video and keep watching till the end. So now our application is created and now we can get into this project. I will open up the project in Visual Studio. Now I will run this project by npm start. In the project you can see the basic project has been created, and here on the browser also you can see the basic project has been run. So before starting any project in any language, you have to analyze the project and what is the requirement, and on the front end side you have to design a rough sketch of the application which you want to develop and then get started on the project. So we want to develop YouTube application. So in this video, first step will be designing the home page of a YouTube. So first we are going to analyze what exactly the home page of a YouTube looks like. So this is the home page of a YouTube. So here we can see that there are three major parts of this page. One is the header, where you can find the logo, search bar and other options on the right hand side. Whereas on the left hand side we have this sidebar onto which we have 4 menus, and then we have this list of videos displayed over this main body. So basically here we have to create 3 different components in our application in order to get started with this project. We are going to create the exact replica of this page. So first we have to change the title of the web page and the fave icon. So here you can see that we have this YouTube logo over here and YouTube written over here. Similarly, we are going to do that with our application. So in our project, we are going to open our index file in the public folder, and here we are going to change the title of the application. So we are going to write YouTube. Remember to keep the T in the capital. And similarly we are going to change the fave icon as well. We have the fave icon over here. We are going to replace this icon with our YouTube icon. So I have already downloaded this YouTube fave icon, so I'm going to paste that over here. So it is asking me to replace the file in destination. So once I replace this, you can see the YouTube logo has been replaced by this icon. So let's see the changes. So on the browser you can see that the icon has been updated over here and YouTube is written over here. So this is the first step to get started with the designing, developing the page. So now we will require 3 different components. First for the header and next for the sidebar and one for the main video content. So let's get started. So we are going to create these components one by one and we are going to place inside our web page. So for that I'm going to create a folder named as components inside my source folder, and I'm going to place my all component inside this folder. So for the start we are going to create a header component. So this will be our basic functional component I'm going to create. To create a component, first I'm going to import our React. Then I'm going to create a function const header. As this is going to be a component, I'm going to pass props inside this parameter. From here I am going to simply return a div which will say header. So now a basic header component is created. I'm going to export it and then I'm going to import this component into our root component. Import header from component / header. Now I'm going to remove all these codes and I'm going to replace it with our header component. Let's see these changes. Yes, the header has been placed over here. I'm going to remove this unnecessary code from the top. Now we are going to design our header first. So what are the properties of a header of a web application? So it should be stuck to the top and it should not move. So we are going to assign these CSS property to this particular div. For that, first I'm going to create a CSS file for this header.js, header.css. Now I'm going to define a class over here as header, and I'm going to define the CSS inside this. Class name header. So as I said, it should be fixed to the top. So position of this class will be fixed and it should be at the top. So top will be 0. The width will be 100 VH because it should be stretched throughout the window. Now let's have a look at what we have to develop. So I will open the YouTube. So here on the header we have 3 sessions. First is where the logo is placed. Second is where this search bar is placed, and the third one is where these options are given. So we are going to divide the whole header into 3 different parts whose width will be 25, 50 and 25 respectively. And inside this I'm going to say that inside there will be 3 different divs. First will be logo area, which will contain our logo. Second will be our search bar area, and similarly at the end we are going to have a menu. You can name it as a right hand side menu, right menu or something like that. Now we have to define the CSS for each of the class. So the logo area width will be 25% of whole 100%, right? Similarly, the search bar area will be 50% and right menu will be 25 again. Let's save it and see the output on the UI. So here we can see these divs are still in the column view. So we have to place it into the row view. So what we are going to do, we are going to add display over here and we are going to use flex property of CSS. And we will say display flex and flex direction will be row. So in this manner every element inside this header element will be in the row. Here we forgot to import this CSS file, so we have to do that as well. Now on the UI you can see that the whole header is divided into 3 different parts. Now we are going to start placing items inside this each area. So for the logo, I'm going to download the YouTube logo and going to place inside this. I'm going to give a background color to this particular header so that this should be visible to our eyes. I'm going to open app.css and inside this app, I'm going to apply a background color that I will keep some light gray over here. And similarly in the header, I'm going to place a background color of white. As the app should be the full length of the window, I will keep this minimum height of this particular CSS as 100 VH. I will close this app CSS. Now you can clearly see the header is white color. So next step will be that I'm going to download a YouTube official logo and I'm going to place inside this header. So I have downloaded and I'm going to place inside this public folder. And the name of that particular logo I will keep as logo.png. So now I'm going to place an image inside this logo area. Source will be logo.png. I'm going to attach a class name to this as well as logo. As you can see, the logo has been uploaded over here, but it is too big. I'm going to give some width and height to this logo. Similarly, for the search bar area, we are going to add an input over here. And for this input, I am going to add a class name as well. That will be search input. As you can see, here an input has been placed. We are gradually going to make changes inside this whole thing, and it will look similar to this YouTube. Now what are the things we will need in the header? We will need some logo. So for logo, we are going to use Font Awesome. So open a new browser and type React Font Awesome and hit enter. So Font Awesome is a library which gives you free fonts and icons to use in your web application. So I'm going to use this, and to use this in our application we have to run these three commands, which I'm going to paste inside this description as well, so that you can use it directly. So copy these commands from here and run these commands inside your terminal. It will take some time to install all these dependencies. So once all dependencies have been installed, you can again run your project. Now Font Awesome has been installed in your project, but how to use this? So to use that, you have to scroll down official website of Font Awesome, and you will get this over here. So you can copy it from here and paste in your component whichever you want to use it. So these two lines will import the Font Awesome icon as well as the icon which you want to use. So first icon which I want to use is this search icon. So first I'm going to place the element over here, Font Awesome icon. Then I'm going to pass the attribute of icon, and inside this I have to pass the name of the icon which I want to use over here. I want to use search. So I will say FA and search. It will pop up and show the FA search. I'm going to copy this and going to paste inside this. So let's see the output on the UI. So here you can see the search icon has been placed over here. Similarly, we will be needing mic icon, video icon, menu icon, and notification icon. So I'm going to place all these icons inside this header. So we can place this search bar icon and mic inside this whole view bar in a row. So I will show you how we can do that. So first I'm going to wrap both the icon inside a div. Once I will apply this CSS to this particular divs, you will get an idea why I am wrapping this inside a div. Now I'm going to give class name to both the divs. We can name it as a search icon and mic, search mic. So we are going to define the CSS for each of the three elements. For the search input, width will be 80%. So inside this 50% search bar area, the 80% area will be covered with the search input. And similarly, for this search icon, it will be 10%. And same for this search mic also. And along with this, we have to define that the search bar area will be display flex, and inside this everything will be displayed in a row. So same for this as well, display flex and flex direction will be a row. So now here you can see that the search bar is almost 80% and search icon and mic is in 10% of itself. So on YouTube, the background of the search icon is little lighter than the other. So we are going to apply same with our search button as well. So now I am going to separate both these CSS, as I have to give separate CSS for search icon and search mic. So search icon background, I will change it to the, let's say, CCC. It will be a little lighter gray, and it should be cursor pointer. Now we can see the search icon's background is grey in color, but you can see that all the icons are stuck to the top. So what we have to do, so we have to move these icons vertically in center, and for that we are going to apply CSS to its parent component. So inside search icon, I'm going to say that display should be flex and justify content should be center, and align items as well in the center. It will arrange all the components inside this component to the center of the element. So here you can see that it is being moved to the center. Similarly, we are going to add this to the search mic as well. And same CSS you can add to the right menu as well. So now you can see that on the right menu as well, they move to the vertically center. But on the right hand side, we want all the icons to be on the right hand side. So here, justify content, we will, instead of center, we are going to say it flex end, and that this will move all the content of this particular right menu. Now we can see the center is been placed properly, and on the left hand side the YouTube logo was also being placed properly, but on the right hand side it is too congested, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to place some of margin to each of the logo so that it should move towards the left hand side. So for that we are going to add class name to all the icons. Class name as right menu icon, and I am going to copy this to all the icons. And now we will add some CSS to this. So what CSS should we add to this element? So we are going to place some margin on the right hand side of these icons. So margin right, and we are going to place, let's say, 30 pixels. Now you can see the logo has been placed a proper way. You can add the cursor pointer here as well. I think all the elements of the header has been placed properly inside this header. Now we should give some padding to this header so that it will look similar to this one. So in the header we are going to add some padding. Try for 10 pixels. I guess this is okay. Once I compare this to our YouTube channel, I guess this looks similar. Now we will create a sidebar for this web app, and for that we are going to create a separate component, and inside that we are going to place the content of the sidebar. So let's see what are the contents of the sidebar. So on the sidebar, first we have this hamburger menu, and then we have these 4 menus or options to go switch between the pages. So we are going to place all these right now. So just like header.js, we are going to create a new component named as sidebar.js, and this will be also a functional component. So let's create it. Similarly, export sidebar and import that into our main component. Here I will import the sidebar as well, and then I'm going to place this sidebar inside this. So on the UI you will not be able to see the sidebar because it will hide under this header. So we are going to add some CSS to this element, then we will be able to see the sidebar on the UI. So how exactly sidebar should be on the UI? So you can see that the sidebar should be stuck to the left hand side of the UI, and it should not move, and it should be 100% height of the window. So we are going to give the same CSS to this sidebar. So let's start. Give the class name as a sidebar, and then for the sidebar also we can create a separate CSS file so that it should look clean. So now the sidebar should also be fixed to the UI. So position will be fixed, and it should be stuck to the left hand side. So left will be 0, and its height should be same as the windows. So height will be 100 VH. Now I'm going to import this CSS file inside this JS file. Now let's see the output on the UI. So here you can see that the sidebar you can see over here. We can apply a background color to this as well, so it should clearly appear to us. So now you can see on the left hand side a bar has been appeared on this side. So on this bar we have 1, 2, 3, 4 icons, and we have label to these icons. So now we are going to place these icons inside this sidebar. So now you can take the reference from the header component and paste all the dependencies in the sidebar as well. So let's first place the hamburger icon inside this first. Okay, so I created a div, and inside that I am going to place an icon. So for hamburger menu you can search for FA bars, and that you are going to place inside this icon. So on the UI you can see the bar icon has been displayed over here. Now we are going to apply some CSS to this icon. So for sidebar icons, first we are going to add some padding to it, or simply we can give some width to it. Width 100 pixels. I guess 100 pixels is way too more, so we will reduce it to 50 pixels. So we got our first icon over here. So similarly we are going to add all other icons besides this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need a home icon, a fire icon, a video icon, and a play icon. So we are going to import all these icons from here. FA home, FA fire, FA video, and FA play. So we are going to use play circle instead of play. Now all the icons has been placed over here, and then I'm going to add padding between all the icons. So instead of width, we can see that it should be minimum width, and the padding can be, instead of 30, we can reduce it to 20. So on YouTube we can see that we have the label as well. So we are going to add a label for each of the menu as well. So for home we are going to add a span, and here we are going to write home, and we can add class name. It will be known as sidebar icon label, and here I am going to say that sidebar icon label should be font size 10 pixels, and I can add all these labels to other as well. So on the UI the labels are coming just beside that, and we have to put it in the column. So the sidebar icon will be display flex, and flex direction will be column. Now we have to move these icons in the middle. So we can do justify content to center, and similarly align items to center. It will move everything to the center horizontally and vertically. And we have to say that the cursor should be a pointer, and on hover we have to change the background color as well, because in the YouTube also on the hover the background color changes. So similarly you can do for this as well. And here we have to add the CSS for hover, that will be background color CCC, that will be the light gray. So now we have created the header and the sidebar of the YouTube web page. The next step will be the main content or the list of videos. So we are going to do that, and then we are going to get back to this code which we have developed, and we are going to make improvements in that. Now for the list of videos, what we are going to do, we are going to design and develop a single video card in detail, and then we are going to replicate it putting into a loop. So let's create that. So for that, first we are going to create a new component, and for that we have to create a component file into component folder. So videos.js, and along with that we are going to create videos.css. So in JS file I'm going to create the component. So I have created this videos component, and I also have imported this font awesome in case we are going to use that. And now I'm going to import this video component in our root component. So import videos from component/videos, and I'll put this video over here. So I'm going to add some CSS to this videos class name. So we are going to leave some padding on the top and left hand side for the header and the sidebar respectively. So padding top will be, let's say, 60 pixel, and padding left will be, let's say, 100 pixel. So in that case you will be able to see this videos in the center. So now first we are going to create a single video card. So for that I'm going to say that I'm going to create a new div, and inside that I'm going to say that this is my single video div, and I'm going to attach a class name with it, which will be video. So let's see on the actual YouTube web page how it should look like. So on a single video card we have this image, and we have this description, channel image, and name of the channel, number of views, and the time of upload. So first we are going to add an image. So here let's add an image by image tag, and source will be, I have already added few thumbnail images which we can use in this project. So name of that is video 1.png, and we will add a class name into this, that will be video image. So in CSS I'm going to say that video image, its width should be 22%. So on the output it will look something like this. And now below that image we have to add the image of the channel, detail of the video, and a menu icon. So here we can see that in 10% the image of the channel is there, and in 80% there the details of the video, and the rest of the 10% is that menu icon. So we will create a div, and we will add a class name as video details, and in that we are going to have three different divs. First will be channel image, second will be video description, and third will be menu icon. So for menu icon I can add a font awesome. So icon should be FA ellipsis view. For the description we will write description for now, and for the channel image I will add another image over here whose source will be channel logo. So I have added an image named as channel logo, which is the logo of my own YouTube channel, into the public file, and I will add a class as well here which will say channel image. So we can change the name of the container as channel name container. Let's add some CSS to these class names. So for video details it will be display flags, and flags direction will be row, and for the channel image container width will be 10%, and for the channel image width will be 100%. So how it will happen? The width details will be 100%, and inside that the channel image container will be 10% of this whole 100%, and inside that the image will be, actual image will be 100% of the container. So video description will be 80%. So we can write over here description, and width we can give it as 80%. And similarly for the menu icon it will be 10%. So let's see the output on the UI. So on the UI you can see that we have this channel logo, description, and the menu icon as well. So let's add the detail in the description. In the details we have video name, channel name, and then number of views and the number of days. So let's add that. So first I have added this div with the video name, class name as video name, and a content is video name. Similarly we can add channel name. Added the channel name, and below this we have to add number of views as well as upload date. So here I am going to add a class name as view details. Inside this we will need three span. First will be number of views. Let's say we have 5k views, and its class name will be views, and then we have a separator dot, and then we have this upload date. So say 5 days ago. So now we have to add the CSS to these class names. So first for the video details, and then for the views separator. For the parent component we will just provide font size 12 pixels. So the views and upload date we will add the CSS later. First we have to design the separator. We will say that we need something of height 5 pixels, width 5 pixels, margin as 0.5 pixels. So we have to give it a background color which will be gray again, and then we have to give it a border radius. As we need a circle, we will give the border radius of 50%, and to display it in line with others we have to give the display as inline block. So now on the UI you can see that we have video name, channel name, and views and fight times, but this is all center aligned, and on the YouTube it should be on the left hand side. In the video we can add text align left. We will add a background color to give it focus to the each card. So here video name should be in block, and we will add some padding to it. In order to improve the UI, we can add some padding to the whole card, as well as we have to round the channel image as well. So the channel image we can add border radius, same as we need it around, we add 50% of border radius, and we add some padding to the whole card. So padding will be something little 5 pixels. So video name should be bold in color, so we will add font weight to bold, and font size as well we will decrease a little bit to keep it 14 pixels. And same for this channel name, the font size will be 14 pixels. This menu icon is little inwards, so we'll move it at the end. So the menu icon we can say display flags, and the justify content will be flags end, and it should be cursor pointer. So this is all we can do to create a single item of a video. So now our single card is ready. Now we can replicate in a loop, and we can display list of videos. So now what we can do, we can move this single card into a different component, and then we can put that component into a loop. So let's create a new component as video.js. So I have created this video.js, and I will move all this video content into this. So I will copy this video div, and I will copy that into this. Once I paste this over here, I can import this video component into this videos.js component. So now I'm not using this font awesome in this component, so I will remove it, and I will import video from video, and I will add this video component to this videos div. So now I have to create an array, and I have to loop that array into this. So first let's create a variable const videos is equals to use state, and that will be an array of object. In object, for now we are only going to pass a name, and on this video I'm going to make a loop. So let's create that. So videos dot map, and here we have to return the video component. I'm creating a loop on this videos, and I'm returning this video on that. So now to improve this, we can do one thing. So instead of passing the details directly into this, we can pass it from its parent component. So what are the details we'll be needing? We will need name, video image, which will be video1.png, and then channel name, channel image, date, and views. Now I'm going to pass this video in this video component as a prop. So first I'm going to take the props into a variable name as video, and then I'm going to pass the video object into the detail of this card. Let's say the video image said as video image. Similarly, we are going to change all the data of the video. Now I have replaced this video image, channel logo, video name, channel description as well. So on the UI you can see the video remains same. So now I'm going to beautify a little this card by adding some border radius to the card as well as the image. So I added a minute border radius to the image as well as to the card. Now I can replicate this data, and I can add some more videos to it. All I will do is just copy paste for now. So here we can see that the images are coming in the columns. So we will change it to the row. in the videos we are going to add display flex, and flex direction will be row. Now all the contents are coming in a single row, but we don't want this. So we want only 4 videos in a single line. So what we can do, we can wrap this whole videos div, and that will push the videos in the second line. So for that we are going to use flex wrap. Now the video has moved to the second line. Now we will add some space between each of the card. So now I have added the thumbnails and the title from my actual details, but the titles are looking way bigger. So we will do something for it. So in the video component, I am going to add a function which will trim the video name. So I have added this function which will trim the video details. So now it looks a lot better. So I will end this video here only. In the next video of this series, we are going to add more functionality to this YouTube application, and also we will revisit this code and improve this code by adding more functionality to it. I will also add this project repo to the GitHub and make it public. You can clone this repo from here and you can play with it in your own local machine. Thanks for watching the whole video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well, so that the next part of this video will come, you will get notified. Thanks for watching again. Happy coding everyone. See you in the next video.